Are you ready to go down a massive rabbit hole like I did? Yes, welcome gamers to another Top 10. This time we're covering the amazing work that the video game fan community have put together in the form of music covers. I know, this took me quite a while because there were just too many to look up and parse through, a lot of which we did live together, which was a lot of fun. Some of you guys introduced me to interesting things I had never heard before, but for this video, even though it's really just a simple list of my favorites, there are some important rules. The top 10 will only include covers of songs from games I've played, otherwise I can't fairly judge them. One of the most interesting and impressive aspects of these covers was how they took the original songs and put their own spin on it. How well does it work in a different genre? Or how well does it capture the aesthetic of the game while still being completely different? Or portray the same feeling in a different way, for examples. I also will not be including remasters of songs or new official renditions of songs for use in a game remake or whatever. I want to keep this strictly on promoting the fan creators. Another important thing to mention. What is a cover? Because when I asked others what their favorites were, I sometimes got some examples that didn't match the definition of cover. Like someone putting lyrics and vocals to an already existing instrumental song without doing their own rendition of the instrumentals at all. That's not a cover, I think. Either way, I don't define it as such. And last, for the sake of keeping this video worth watching, 1 entry per game and 1 entry per musician only. You don't need to hear me pick 9 different Zelda covers after all, as much as I'm tempted. And to prevent complications, I left out medleys that contain songs from various different series, but they may be in the honorable mentions. One thing to keep in mind, this is a video of my favorites, not the best of all time, or anything like that. Even though I put a lot of thought into this, it's still personal preference at the end of the day, so if I don't fully justify my choices in your eyes, that's fine. I'm attracted to heavy, beautiful, extensive, and emotional music, and especially prog, so expect a good amount of that, which may be different from what you are into, so feel free to share your favorites in the comments below. I obviously haven't listened to every single cover out there, there's just too many of them, just saying. Lastly, some personal housekeeping. Obviously, I don't own any of the content featured here. I will not be playing entire songs in this video out of respect for the artists. If you want to find any of the songs and artists featured in this video, I strongly recommend checking the links in the description to several playlists that include all of the songs we went over live on my streams, which is over 1,000 of them. A list of all the songs featured in this video, including all my honorable mentions, which is over 200 of them. And an extra playlist of more covers I like that we didn't go over on stream. That's the more important stuff for you guys. I'll have more in the outro. With all that out of the way, on to number 10. I originally wanted to start off this list with the theme of boss themes that leave an impact in spite of their technical limitations. But I ended up swapping number 10 with something else because if there's one thing I've learned about making these lists, it's always number 9s and 10s that are the most difficult to pick. But the theme still kind of applies, just in a different way. A very different way. This boss is an infamous one. Actually getting to it requires a long and tedious grind of pain and suffering. And the game spits in your face for all that dedication. And the boss theme is fairly simple, just an unsettling rhythmic series of bells. Yeah. Drakengard's final boss, at the end of the 5th route, gifts you with this cursed cacophony that really sticks with you. And there was one cover that turns it into something epic, that brings this moment to life in a way the PS2 can't. That's much more listenable while still retaining that unnerving atmosphere. Linus Carlson is the mastermind behind this cover, and honestly I was surprised that there was such a good cover of this song that existed at all. The video has a mixture of footage from the Shin Godzilla movie worked in to make the final scene feel more real or cinematic, but even without that, it's still epic beyond words. There's more context and lore to this song in particular that makes it interesting, and Linus takes advantage of that via a subtle transition into Kuroi Uta, the main theme of Drakengard 3. Go check out his channel if you want to see more of his covers from this series, or if you haven't played any of them, go play Nier Replicant. Just do it. Trails. Yep. If you know me, you probably knew there would be a Trails song here. Or at least something from Falcom, right? Well, I found quite a lot of great stuff for both Ys and Trails and even Gurumin, the latter of which has a surprising album's worth of tracks that nearly made the top 10. Only thing holding it back is that a lot of the covers are fairly similar to the original songs, so I wanted to go with something different. A very tempting option was to just pick Game Metal's cover of Azure Arbitrator, which may be the most famous Trails cover out there, I think. But it does appear on the same tribute album that my actual pick for number 9 comes from. And yeah, if you've seen my top 100 Trails songs, you know this is 100% a biased choice. But what Justin Thornburg did with the Merciless Savior from Trails in the Sky SC is utterly impressive. Not only is it a great cover, it also features an interesting personal spin on the song that works in other melodies from the same part of the game to create a longer, more chaotic and wild ride. Just the way I like it. I don't want to spoil the context here beyond that, which makes it hard to describe why I like this song and this cover, so I think I'll let it speak for itself. If you like The Legend of Heroes and Falcom music, check out Resonant Union's channel and all the great compilation albums they have up there. Aquatic ambience from Donkey Kong Country. Yeah, if you were here looking for something obscure you haven't heard of before, sorry, but it just so happens that some of the best covers out there are of songs that are popular to cover. But this is not just a simple cover or remix, it's an incredibly intricate rendition that twists and turns into several adjacent subgenres and genre fusion, and just takes you on an epic underwater journey for 13 whole minutes. Nat Tony, take it away. Yeah, 13 whole minutes for what's really just a simple water level theme from the Super Nintendo. It goes from groovy to heavy to funky to chill to everything in between with various prog and metal genre influences. It's just so good. Despite being such a departure from the original song, it works so well. And it even features what sounds like a cameo of Forest Interlude from Donkey Kong Country 2, and even Gangplank Galleon. This cover has shockingly very little views on YouTube at the time of writing this, only 6.1k. If you're watching, feel free to help get those numbers up because Tony deserves it. Also honorable mention to Cade Kalka, who also did a similar 11-minute prog rock cover of Aquatic Ambience. You'll see both of them perform other music together if you check out either their catalogs of great covers. But of everything I've heard from the both of them, this one's my favorite. I love Snake Eater a lot, and there have been many covers of this song over the years, including some very impressive full band performances that could have easily made this list. The 8-Bit Big Band is probably a channel you've heard of before if you're interested in this video's topic, and their rendition of Snake Eater is absolutely immaculate. They grabbed the original song by the balls and brought it to life, arguably surpassing the original in some ways, which is just awesome. But there was one other performance that stuck out to me, because going into it the first time, I didn't expect it to be very good. At all. A heavy metal rendition of Snake Eater by Paulo Cuevas.
And I'll melt into you. What I'm feeling in my heart, but you're so supreme.
Yeah, I bet you didn't expect a dude could pull this song off better than anyone else, did you? Well, you gotta hand it to this guy. He nails this song so hard I was in shock the first time I heard it. He's got this powerful 80s and power metal vibe that I just really jive with. Unfortunately, Paulo actually doesn't do video game covers all that often, mostly anime and other media that I'm not really into. I would love to see his take on many other video game songs in the future. Is it heresy to say that a cover is better than the original song? Feel free to sound off in the comments if you think so, because I'm about to do just that. And it's a song I like too. Rising Up from Streets of Rage 4. Take a listen to this. Now, take a listen to this. Yeah, Vincent Moretto nailed this song out of the park, and it's no contest. I'm not sure what they were going for with the intro of the original track, but if I were beating the crap out of everyone to this version of the tune, I think my score would have been much higher, just saying. And from what I read in the comments and other stuff, other cover artists tend to focus on the second half of the song and leave out the first half, but he does the whole thing. The first part you just heard with its intense bass-driven gut-punching sequence is so good that I damn near grew some more chest hair when I first heard it. But he kills it in the second half too. Definitely go check out his channel because he has a lot of awesome stuff, especially if you're a fan of more modern metal styles. Remember when I mentioned boss themes that left an impact in spite of their limitations earlier? Yeah. I want to give an absolute massive shout out to literally everyone who covered the absolute monster of a song that is Dancing Mad. After all, what top 10 covers list would it be without a cover of this behemoth 17-minute epic that goes so far above and beyond anything video game musicians even dreamed of putting out at the time? So, in no particular order, Family Jewels, Game Metal, Falcone, Trash Panda Music, Grassini Project, Bad Hairline Productions, D-Pad Fanfare MIDI Orchestra, Dark Shinryu, L'Orchestre des Jeux Vidéo, ho ho, and many more. But the one that stood out to me the most, well, before I talk about the song itself, I have to make a bit of a disclaimer. I did play Final Fantasy VI. However, I never beat it. I have no real nostalgic or personal attachment to this game or this song. Those who know me may already know this, but I have to set my biases aside and admit that this is without question one of the greatest video game songs ever produced. I can't stress this enough. Listening to all these covers made me realize this since I never experienced it in-game, and since the Super Nintendo's audio doesn't do this song justice anyway. But now, we have plenty of examples that do it, and my choice for this video is the arrangement by Pokyrus Project. Imagine if Dancing Mad was a track on Dream Theater's Metropolis Part 2 album. I think that's the most simple way to describe this one. But simple explanations don't suffice for something like this, because this is one of the few cover versions that actually extends the song longer than the original, clocking in at 22 minutes with all sorts of wild directions and movements throughout. Beyond that, since I haven't beaten the game and can't really speak to the themes like others can, I mostly just appreciate it because it's a complex, melodic piece of music, which I love. Pokerus Project has a lot of music covers from a similar vein that are worth checking out, so do it. So this whole search for the best music covers journey took me into an unexpected rabbit hole one day. The rabbit hole of e-girls playing video game songs on piano live on Twitch, with various compilations of theirs spread across YouTube. And I can't really complain because a lot of them included some of my favorite soundtracks of all time. A simple piano compilation can go a long way for the right mood, like for me when I'm writing out the scripts for these videos, or when I'm trying to sleep. But there was one that stuck out to me, partially because it was one of my top 3 favorite soundtracks, but also, it was a step above the rest of them for a handful of very specific reasons. And that is, Cara Comparetto's piano cover of the entire soundtrack of Xenogears. Out of all the piano covers like this was the one I always came back to multiple times. Like I've said before, I'm no musician or music critic or anything like that, but I would describe her performance as more human, imperfectly expressive, as well as more professional than the rest. Because also, unlike the others, she played the entire track list from start to finish in one sitting, live, with the exception of one song. That's impressive, obviously, which makes it more excusable when you hear a note or two out of tune or out of time, which is easy to notice when you're as intimately familiar with the original songs as I am. But she's such a natural at this that she can continue playing and work it into a rhythm of her own making on the fly. Oh, and another thing she does that the others didn't. She sang the vocal songs.
And I ask you, can we ease the pain of those who lost? Can we know the cost of all this sorrow? Can we catch the tears of a broken world?
What I got from this performance that I didn't get from the others is an expression of love for music in the way she moves and gets really into each and every song of this masterpiece of a soundtrack. I can feel it just by watching, and it kind of makes me want to learn piano. Maybe someday. Kara has some more excellent covers of video game soundtracks on YouTube, including Chrono Trigger, Donkey Kong Country 2, and more. But I am obviously biased, so my favorite is this one.
We can run to the end of the world. Run to the end of the world.
I bet you didn't expect to hear me do another glazing session of Link's Awakening while dunking on the Switch remake in this video, did you?
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Well, I promise you that it just happened to work out this way. Take my word for it. One artist known for making orchestral medleys of various games became a staple of my music rotation lately, and my favorite one of hers just happened to be her beautiful Link's Awakening epic medley by Rebecca E. Tripp. I think the reason I love this medley so much is that it captures how I feel about the game when I'm reminiscing everything that swirled around in my imagination while playing it back in the day. You know, everything the Switch remake failed to capture, because it's bad. Anyway, this medley moves through various vibes to create a story on its own, from the upbeat adventurous themes to the downright creepy nightmarish themes. To one of the most important themes of the game, the feeling of loss and sacrifice. And all of it culminates into the most important song of the game, and my favorite version of this song period, of Ballad of the Windfish, where she creates her own lyrics to finish the story in the best way possible.
On your shore, in the eve, below the moonlight, every dream I have wished for in sight. What lies beyond it? Where will I be and what will I find? Here, under the clouds, I fear I'm dreaming.
Link's Awakening is one of the most compelling Zelda games ever made, and its music only adds to it, in spite of its limited hardware. Rebecca did the best out of anyone I've heard to bring these songs to life in the way the Game Boy couldn't, and respected the source material better than the Switch remake did, just saying. Go check out her channel because there's more, a lot more, where this amazing medley came from. This was actually the hardest one to choose out of all of them. It's Undertale. A soundtrack that, over time, keeps slowly climbing up my favorites list. Originally, I had it at number 23 in my original Top 40 Soundtracks list, which you can still check out if you're interested, but it's probably quite a bit higher now, and part of that is due to my appreciation of the music growing through being exposed to the insane amount of amazing covers this game's music has. Like, no joke. I think this may be one of the most covered games in history, despite it being newer than the other top spots like Ocarina of Time. You can enter a rabbit hole of Undertale music covers for days on end, and so much of it is so damn good. But I have a job to do here. I have to pick one. And I'm going to do that, as much as it pains me to leave out the others that I discovered and continue to listen to many times. So what better way to do that than to blatantly rip off a certain YouTuber and put a quick top 10 inside another top 10. Let's go. Number 10, Core by Ferd K featuring Toxic X Eternity. Number 9, Undertale cover by D. Leggett. Number 8, Megalovania, but it's in a 6/8 time pirate metal cover by Vincent Moretto. Number 7, This Is Undertale, 1 hour full orchestral medley by Sully Orchestration. Number 6, Undertale cover by PPF. Number 5, Hopes and Dreams Nightwish style symphonic metal cover by Samathes? However you pronounce this name, I'm sorry, lady. Number 4, Live at Grilby's Undertale Jazz album by Insane in the Rain Music. Number 3, Hopes and Dreams rock arrangement by Doug Perry.
Now don't you walk away, just come with me, and you'll see things are better here with me. Don't take my hopes and dreams of you playing the game with me.
Number 2, Undertale Epic Orchestral Medley by Karu. And number 1, total bias on my end. Undertale Progressive Rock Medley by MDXD. This was the cover that got stuck in my head for longer than pretty much everything I've listened to over the past few months by far. I absolutely love this one, and I think what puts it above the rest for me is how well he transitions from one song to the next, and how the style of modern prog this guy plays works so damn well with this soundtrack. It's able to capture quite a wide range of emotions while still having this sort of really technical structure and feel to it that tickles the brain in many ways. What really stands out to me about this one, though, is how dang epic the medley gets when it gets to the climax. No, not hopes and dreams, not megalovania. Your best nightmare. Oh yeah, what he does with this track is so creative and intense and spastic and kinda goofy, and I love it to death. And yet, unlike other covers of this song in particular, it never loses its tempo or intensity, so it's a real adrenaline pumper in spite of the lulls in the original song. And yeah, it concludes the Undertale medley in a way that you kinda don't expect, and it's utterly fantastic. This guy has some absolutely legendary covers that cover a wide variety of really interesting games, yet isn't quite as well known as he should be. So go check out his catalog. You'll find something you'll enjoy for sure. Before we get to number one, I have to shout out some more honorable mentions, aside from the Undertale ones I just mentioned. There are so many good ones out there that I would love to shout out them all, but then this video would last forever. So I picked out what I think came closest to making the top 10. These are in no particular order aside from being sorted by series. The Super Mario Super Medley by Family Jewels and many, many other guest musicians.
But I'm gonna need a little help from some friends.
Dire Dire Docks from Super Mario 64 by Game Metal. Rico Harbor by Ska Tune Network. Space Junk Road from Super Mario Galaxy by the 8-Bit Big Band. Donkey Kong Concert Live by Jazzstick. Link's Awakening Complete Orchestral Arrangement by Second Narrator Music. Spirit Temple from Ocarina of Time by Ro Panuganti. Last Battle from Ocarina of Time by the Noble Demon. A Melancholy Tribute to Ocarina of Time by TPR. Waiting for the Dawn, inspired by Majora's Mask by Rosen. Phazon Metroid Saga album, also by Rosen. Pokemon Puzzle Challenge Lance Battle Theme by Toxic X Eternity. Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire Music Medley by Dr. Pez. Reviving Golden Sun Ultra Realistic Covers by Trilling Dragons. Golden Sun Legends by Mama Symphonia. Beyond the Flow of Time, a full Chrono Trigger album by Pontus Hultgren Music. Chrono Cross and Xenogears Symphony, Xenocross by Samo Studios. Stand Tall and Shake the Heavens, a cover of Stars of Tears from Xenogears by John Michael Hunt.
Spread our wings and shake the sky. And I ask you, can we ease the pain of those who lost? Can we know the cause of all this sorrow? Tears alone.
Broken Mirror, a cover of Small 2 of Pieces from Xenogears by Dale North.
A million shades of light. The old echo fades away, but just you and I.
The epic Final Fantasy VII medley by Mark Papagan. Songs from Spira, a full Final Fantasy X album by Pontus Hultgren Music. Growing Wings from Drakengard by Tiza's Tunes.
See me grow wings and fly high. Passions will die down below. I burn in a basin of fire. Watchers look on as they dance in the merciless sky, watching me. Watching you.
Ashes of Dreams from Near Replicant by P-Leaf.
Hidden so deep in veils of deceit, imprisoned in twisting spells. Are we the plaything of fiends, or merely the dreams that we're telling ourselves, telling ourselves?
Silver Will from The Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky by Game Metal. We also love Trails in the Sky by R-Man and various others. Guru Guru Jam, a Guruman Monstrous Adventure tribute album by Resident Union and various artists. Falcom Boss Rush, a 3-album series of covers also hosted by Resident Union. Can You Feel the Sunshine from Sonic R by Insane in the Rain Music.
Can you feel the sunshine? Does it brighten up your day? Don't you feel that sometimes you just need to run away? Reach out for the sunshine, yeah, forget about the rain.
Unknown from ME from Sonic Adventure by Little V featuring Woolly Verses.
Here I come, rougher than the rest of them, best of them, tougher than leather. You can call me Knuckles. Unlike Sonic, I don't chuckle. I'd rather flex my muscles. I'm hard as nails. It ain't hard to tell. I break them down whether they're solid or frail. Unlike the rest, I'm independent. It's my first breath, first test. Feel the right and the worst rap.
Metal Harbor from Sonic Adventure 2 by Ska Tune Network. Fly in the Freedom from Sonic Adventure 2 by Emu Emmy.
Don't let me waste my time in futile thinking anymore. Fading, not to be tamed. Watch me, I never will lean upon you.
Never Turn Back from Shadow the Hedgehog by Game Metal.
Here I am, I made it to the end of you. Never had a chance while I'm around.
Sonic and Knights Lo-Fi Chill Sega Songs Mega Mixtape by Hotline Sawani. Dreams Dreams from Nights into Dreams by Emu Emmy.
In my dreams, I can hear you calling me in the night. Everything's so sweet in your eyes.
Shining Force Arranged Medley by FaZe. The Moon from DuckTales Big Band Orchestra version by the 8-Bit Big Band. Esperanto from Mega Man X4 by Frozenith. Bloody Tears from Castlevania II Simon's Quest by Tetsuya Kazuki. Prayer from Castlevania Symphony of the Night in a Soulsborne style by Her Again. Snake Eater from Metal Gear Solid 3 by the Consoles.
I give my life, not for honor, but for you. In my time, yeah, there'll be no one else.
Jago's theme from Killer Instinct in a Bollywood metal style by Ro Panuganti. Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie orchestrated by Dark Grunt Music. Exec_Phantasmagoria from Art and Elico, Melody of Alemia by VTubers Sefina, Maria Marionette, and Enna Alouette.
いくつもの違う形で混ざらない一つずつかけがえのないいくつもの違う食卓いくつものまた
The Road Most Traveled from The Elder Scrolls III Morrowind by Dreyante Zahn. Piece of Akatosh from The Elder Scrolls IV Oblivion by the Manchester Video Game Orchestra. Battle 2 and S-Rank Battle from Crosscode by Game Metal. Stygia from Metal Hellsinger by Little V. your reality pop punk cover from Doki Doki Literature Club by Fuzz Pixels.
Every day I imagine a future where I can be with you. In my head is a pen that will write a poem of me and you.
Last, and certainly not least, Tempo of Time, The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, but it's a prog rock concept album by Dr. Pez and Mark Papagan. Yeah, I saved this one for last because it would have been in the top 10 otherwise, but one of these two guys is the creator of number 1, and the other guy is also featured in it. So... I want to remind you all that this video is about what my favorite covers are, not what I think are the absolute best video game covers of all time. However, I think I can make the case that my number 1 is the number 1, or at least worthy to be in the top 10 greatest. It was this masterpiece of music that made me want to make this video in the first place, and is sneaking its way into my favorite music of all time. And as a longtime prog rock fan and music snob, I have some high standards, let me tell you. It's one of those deep pieces of music you can keep coming back to over and over again and hear something new each time that you may have missed the last time. It's intricate on a level that most video game cover artists would fear to tread. And above all else, it's a wonderful celebration of and tribute to the game it's inspired by. So, what could possibly be that good? My fellow gamers, I present to you Children of Yevon by Mark Papagan.
This is our story. 全部話しておきたいんだ。
Voices whisper in the air of hope, loss, love, joy, and despair, telling the story of one when life was as if there was none.
As you've probably seen, I love long pieces of music. Children of Yevon is an hour-long concept album that is best listened to from start to finish. I recommend doing just that. Set aside an hour and just listen to it. If you're a fan of the game, of course. Just be warned that if you decide to go check the videos out, it will spoil the entire game, and so will parts of this video. This was made to be a musical journey from start to finish after all, and man, the journey is the point, not the destination. Along the way, there were so many other artists who helped out creating this, many of whom also appeared elsewhere in this video. The whole album is split into 4 parts. Part 1 is the most varied and longest part, clocking in at 24 minutes. Now, this album doesn't simply take each song in order on the soundtrack and turn it into a straight medley. It moves back and forth throughout, fitting each song in where it works best musically. And there are original vocals as well, as you've heard in the 2 Xanarkand intro, which leads into Yuna's theme, and then a short medley of various songs as an extended 5-minute intro until it really begins with Prelude.
Lights dazzling bright above our heads in the streets of Xanarkand. We were all making our way, gently going through the day. We lived our lives under the sun, every soul joining as one in the grandest city the world has ever known.
Otherworld, Hurry, Normal Battle, Makalania, The Hymn of the Faith, and more ebb and flow into my favorite part, their rendition of Thunder Plains. Then finishes with an awesome heavy take on Seymour's theme, which oddly is one of the songs that sticks out to me the most in this entire thing whenever it's used. It just has so much gravitas to it. Part 2 is like a continuation of Part 1, but starts off more intimate, then builds up to a beautiful Hymn of the Faith in Japanese. Then, it escalates into some of the more fun segments, such as the Chocobo theme.
Run like the wind, just leave your cares behind. There's no time to waste. Come feel the ecstasy of freedom light your way. Don't let the fears of life get you down, you're okay.
Part 3 is almost entirely an interlude of the religious aspect of the story, and sounds very much like a song of prayer.
Send the
Part 4, the final part, is the climax, naturally, and clocks in at just over 24 minutes. Starts off with a fanfare, then descends into a lull, where they chose to do something very interesting and reprise the Hymn of the Faith, this time having it done multiple times in various different languages. Part 4 is really where this concept work comes together, as after this, just like in the story, it begins to build up more and more until we get to the most intense, heavy parts of the game and music, which includes some incredible work with both of Seymour's themes. And then, it descends once again into the forever calm, while still rocking as much as possible to keep the energy alive. And then, we are taken home by the one and only Suteki Dane. It all flows together so well, like water. Wonder where I've said that before. But yeah, this is by far the greatest video game music cover I've ever heard, possibly some of my favorite music of all time in general. I hope this didn't spoil too much of it, and you'll still go and check out the entire thing. It's worth it. Every time I come back to it, which has been countless times at this point, it always brings me back to the wonderful experience of Final Fantasy X, including the roller coaster of emotions that game evokes. And Mark and every other musician involved deserve all the views and credit they can get for putting this together as a legendary celebration of such a legendary game. Thank you for watching if you stuck around this far. Like I mentioned earlier, please go check out all the artists featured in this video because their work is amazing, and they deserve all the credit and views and subs and all that they can get. If you do, tell them I sent you, I won't mind. And please, check out the playlist on my channel, I highly recommend it. They have all the covers featured on this video, as well as many others we checked out on stream and whatnot. Don't forget to leave a comment on what your favorite music covers are, as I would love to check out some more. There's just too many out there at this point. And if you liked the video, don't forget to leave a like and share it around to anyone you think might be interested. Or a dislike if you're salty none of your favorites made the list. Feel free to follow me on the X-Twatter or join my Discord if you want to share more music with the rest of the class. Especially if you're a prog fan. I'd love to chat with more prog fans. Also, this video may get edited and re-uploaded if copyright issues come up. If you want to catch the original version of this video without any changes, you will likely be able to find it on Rumble or Odyssey. And keep in mind that shortly after this video goes up, all the streams where we went over any covers live will be members only. Please understand. You will be able to find them all easily by accessing the members only playlist on my channel. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.
In the far plain above they'll
Oh, and by the way, if this video gets 1 million views, I will sing a cover of Dreams Dreams from Nights into Dreams. You have been warned.